Greetings nerds, in this video, I'm about to draw myself as a character, well, a superhero, there we go. It doesn't matter if it's Marvel or DC. Draw myself as a character that's not really part of Marvel or DC. It's a made-up superhero. Now, you may be asking why I'm about to draw myself as a superhero, because yesterday, I spent a couple hours dressing up as Spider-Man, and it was my first time dressing up as Spider-Man in over 15 years. I think it was back on Halloween of 2007. That was the last time I dressed up as Spider-Man. And then fast forward to 15 years later, over 15 years later, I dressed up as Spider-Man, actually twice this year so far. And I made a small 60-second video of me as Spider-Man baking pizza. You know, I was kind of bored. I'm just trying to fit in as hardly as possible. Well, not too hard. At some occasions, I'm fine with dressing up as a character. So there you go. And yeah, excited. I don't care how long this drawing will take. We're going to take our time as always, just like the majority of drawings we did in the past. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start drawing. I think it has been close to 20 years, or a little over 20 years, since I first watched a superhero movie, or like a superhero TV show, like a cartoon show, or a live action show. I don't know if there were any live action superhero TV shows back then, during the 2000s, like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and late 2000s. I think there were, but I know the movies for sure. I think one of the first superhero movies that I first watched was Hulk, that came out in 2003. So hey, 20 years in the making, and I don't really remember too much about that movie. There are some Marvel movies and Marvel TV shows that are huge winners, and the others are not that much of a winner. They are really crappy. Just like same thing for DC movies and DC TV shows. We got some winners and also some losers. It's really complicated to be like a huge actor like Tom Cruise or Robert Downey Jr. and just so many talented actors and okay actors, good actors, and mediocre actors. I hate sounding mean there, but, you know, there's different types of actors. I think The Punisher was another movie that that's one of like the first superhero movies that I've watched back then. I think the Spider-Man films as well. Yeah, with Tobey Maguire. I can't really remember too well because I was really young at the time. I was immature. I was a toddler. I think I was in my Pampers, still, you know, in my diapers, in my kitty underwear. It was a long freaking time ago. But yeah, the Spider-Man films really intrigued me when I got bigger, as I got older. And they still intrigue me to this day. I hardly watch movies nowadays. I think I've seen X-Men before. Maybe like I saw like a glimpse of it when I was younger with Wolverine, and I don't even know all of the X-Men characters. But I'm familiar with Wolverine, since that's more of a popular Marvel character. I don't know if I've seen any DC movies when I was younger, but I'm familiar with The Dark Knight. I have seen it before. I don't think I've seen the full movie before, but like some chunks of it, I have seen it, The Dark Knight. And yeah, it's a really strong, intense movie. So much impact from start to finish. And that movie came out in 2008. And I actually dressed up as Batman before. I think I only dressed up as a superhero twice during the late 2000s. I dressed up as Spider-Man, like what I mentioned during the intro of this video, the black-suited Spider-Man, back in 2007 for Halloween. I was in 2nd grade at that time. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture. I dressed up as Batman a year later, 2008 for Halloween in 3rd grade. And those are the only two superheroes I dressed up as. When I was a freshman in high school, so years 2014 and 15, I have seen a little bit of Captain America. I don't know if it was the first Captain America movie or it was one of them. I know that. I also saw the Avengers, that second Avengers movie actually. I think it's called The Avengers Age of Ultron. I've never seen the first one that came out in 2012. And the last two, Infinity War and Endgame. Maybe I gotta watch more Marvel movies and DC movies. I've seen Batman vs. Superman when I was a sophomore in high school. I have also saw Man of Steel. I don't know if I watched it as a freshman or a sophomore. It's been quite a while. I have seen Civil War before, between Iron Man and Captain America. Again, I gotta watch more superhero movies for Marvel and DC, and I really let my promises just fade away, or I just let them escape from my hands. Okay, nerds, here's the finished drawing of me as a fictional superhero. So I'm supposed to be Birdman. Birdman, by the way, is a legit character, but not as a Marvel or a DC character. Instead, it's just a normal character in that TV show called Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. And there's a couple other spin-offs of that show. It's an NBC cartoon show, by the way. Imagine if Birdman was a real character for Marvel or DC. I think that would be quite the cool experience. You know, it would be pretty dope. But unfortunately, I don't think Marvel or DC will add new characters, you know, new superheroes and new supervillains. I wish they would, you know, make Marvel and DC great again. Yeah, I got the idea. It's a parody of Make America Great Again, which is Donald Trump's slogan when he was a president. Yeah, make Marvel and DC great again. Add more characters, more superheroes, more supervillains. Birdman, no, not the rapper, by the way, just the superhero, obviously. Sorry for my sense of humor, I know it was atrocious. And I'm wearing glasses, clearly. I see myself as a nerd, just like Spider-Man and Superman. People behind Superman and Spider-Man would wear glasses. Clark Kent as Superman, and Peter Parker as Spider-Man. But I think Peter Parker is more of a nerd than Clark Kent. I don't know, it's my opinion. I grew up watching those Spider-Man movies in the 2000s. With Tobey Maguire when he was Peter Parker. He was getting tossed around, he was being bullied a lot, and that's how it feels to be a nerd and coming across the jocks, the cool people. And I see myself that type of way. I'm a nobody. Spider-Man was a nobody. I guess Superman was a nobody as well, except for their powers would really help them. And I wonder how my helmet would be. I know I would have probably cool goggles, and I know I would have a beak because birds do get beaks. I wonder what my superpowers would be. Probably I know it's obviously flying because of the wings, as you can see, and this really looks like I'm preparing to fly. If I wasn't flying, then these wings would be folded together. Maybe my other superpowers would be probably, I don't know for sure, maybe stealing pedestrians' foods if I'm in an urban area, if I'm in an urban city. Most birds, like seagulls, would steal people's foods if you're at the beach. Some superheroes would be humorous in some situations, but not all of them. Spider-Man, for instance. And I guess my supervillain would be a fox, because foxes do get that really strong agility that is jumping really high and catching its prey. But here's me as Birdman. I feel like the design could have been a bit more stronger. I'm probably gonna draw myself as a superhero again. I don't know when though, but in the future, sometime in the future for sure. Maybe as a different superhero or the same superhero, but a different design, a much more better and stronger design. You know, we got the zigzags to make it look like the bird feathers. I feel like this needs a bit more color instead of sticking with blue and orange. I was gonna add yellow, but I didn't. I was like, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna stick with two colors. That's all, blue and orange. Next time, I guess. Here's me as Birdman again. So that is going to be the end of this video. Stay tuned for more content, and I hope this video was quite enjoyable to watch. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Oh, and also, feel free to follow my Facebook page. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time.